So many times I talk to some people and they normally ask the question, if there's a God, if God exists, why you have crime and violence, why you have poverty, why you have war, famine, why all the bad things happen in the world if there is a God? And the answer to the question is that God doesn't really care about the world. Yes, God don't really care about the world in terms of stopping any of that from happening, because God already has a plan in place. God already have a redemption plan in place. But what is important to note is that the world is already divided. The world is divided between principalities, powers, seen and unseen, God, and a lot of other entities out there, powers and principalities. So what God is mainly concerned about is his people. And so Jesus is the one who is given the task of saving those people. So Jesus basically would be like the modern day Moses, and the world as it exists now is like Egypt back in Pharaoh's time. And Jesus is going to lead his people out of bondage, lead his people out of this Egypt, out of this mental slavery, and into a place where he has prepared. And not everybody is invited. And that is why you have to understand, God doesn't really care about the entire world. He doesn't care about everybody. As sad as it sounds, God doesn't really care about everybody. He has his chosen people. And to prove it to you that what I'm saying is true, you can read John 17 out of the Bible. John 17 verse 6, 9 and 24. It tells you. And John 17 verse 6 says, I have revealed you to those whom you gave me out of the world. You hear that? I have revealed you to those whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, you gave them to me, and they have obeyed your word. So basically that verse is simply saying that God brought his people just like how God brought the animals to Noah's ark. It's the same way that God brought his people to Jesus, who is supposed to save them. And if you look at it, you can see that Jesus is representative of a Noah, is representative of a Moses in terms of saving the world, because salvation comes through Jesus. So he's not concerned about saving everybody. On Noah's ark, only only a pair of each animal were saved. So we continue John 17 verse 9. It says, these same people who God gave to Jesus to save, he said, I pray for them. I am not praying for the world, but for those you have given me, for they are yours. So as you can see, Jesus is saying that he's not praying for the world, because the world is already divided. Believe it or not, the world belongs to government, principalities, and powers. So God is not in the business of trying to save and redeem everybody. And then he continues in John 17:24. It says, Father, I want those you have given me to be with me where I am, and to see my glory, the glory you have given me, because you loved me before the creation of the world. So as you can see there, it's a chosen set of people, and a lot of people might say, oh, they're just Christian. But God can choose anybody he chooses to give to Jesus, who he chooses to save. He can do it. A lot of people, they don't know about Jesus and they are going to be saved. And a lot of people who know about Jesus, they are not going to be saved, because it's not up to them. It's not up to our actions. It's up to God. As it says, they were yours and you gave them to me. For those, and 17 verse 9 says, but for those you have given me. So whoever is going to be saved, whoever is going to be going into this new promised land that Jesus is about to lead us out of, they have to be chosen by the Father and the Son, who is playing the role of Noah in this salvation. So God is going to lead his people. And Jesus doesn't care about the world. The world world is going to be here, and the world is going to always be divided, because that's the way it is from the beginning of the Bible. And if you read further on, in John 14, it says, "In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also." So, as cruel as it might sound, like God created the world and He doesn't choose everybody. You know, it's up to grace and mercy. It's through grace and mercy that a lot of us will either be saved or condemned, because it's not up to us, it's not up to our actions, it's not up to our thoughts. Because if we make it through to the end and to this new promised land, a lot of us is going to say, "Oh, my actions is the reason why I'm here," and we're going to have pride. A lot of us won't even remember this life that we're living now. We're going to have a new brain, a new everything. We won't even remember this life. So it's just grace and mercy. So God don't really care about this world, about earth, as you see. You understand? So that is just my take on the whole situation. And if you agree, you can leave your comment and let's have a discussion about this.